Today we're going to talk about how to be a productive Christian homemaker. Hey friends, I'm Heidi, the Heavenly Minded Homemaker, and while I thought I would come out and enjoy a little bit of a late summer morning, kind of hanging out as the weather is starting to get so beautiful, and I'm kind of preparing for my week and thinking through all the things that I have on my plate and what it is that makes us productive Christian homemakers. I think that home is so important, regardless of what season of life you are currently in. Pouring into our homes is the foundation of life. This is our calling and our first place of ministry as Christian women. And when we prioritize and are intentional about home, it really does just affect everything in our lives and everyone in our lives. And so I want to share just a few key points here today of how to be a productive Christian homemaker. Notice I didn't say a perfect Christian homemaker. Those don't exist. We're not looking for the whole fake thing here where everything looks beautiful and put together, but inside you're falling apart in a mess. Yeah, we don't want to do that. What makes us productive, but yet because we are Christians, because we are ambassadors of Christ, we are intentional and thoughtful with our productivity. Now, the first thing that I think is so important is to be a productive Christian homemaker, you need to have a plan. Now, of course, anybody can have a plan, but so often in life, I think that we just get caught up in whatever it is that's going on, right? The days just seem to go by if you are not intentional. And so we need to have a plan. We know about the value and importance of being in God's word every day, being dutiful in prayer, right? Taking care of things, especially if you've just joined us for the Biblical Womanhood study. And we're getting ready to do a new study over in the HMH Collective, which is our membership group, where we're going to be quite literally building these plans. And so if you need somewhere to get some help and assistance and encouragement in this way, be sure to come and join us or leave me a comment down below so I can share more info with you. But having a plan is really the starting grid. Our days get busy. I'm a mom of 4 kids. We have a homestead. We have a lot of crazy things going on in our life. And if I'm not intentional with those plans to put some forethought into it, my days are going to get crazy. I'm going to start to get all over the place. I was walking down here because I've got my planner book here. I make a planner book, right? I have all of these things so I can sit down, I can put it onto paper and say, okay, here's my plan. Here's what I need to do. Be it stuff in the home, be it my own discipleship and walk with the Lord, be it homeschool, be it ministry or work or things outside of the home that need to be done. I need to have some forethought. I need to put together a well thought out, a well laid out plan so that way I can set myself up for success and be intentional with my time. I think the more that we understand the blessing that life is, thank you, Lord, you gave me today. I'm very grateful for that. Let me be intentional. Let me work through this so that way I can make the most out of the day you've given me. And it all starts with setting ourselves up with a plan. So if we're going to create a plan, we now need a system, right? We have to have that forethought to say, okay, what are the things that I need to do? Do I have time for my Bible reading? How is discipleship going with my children? What about the cleaning? What about the cooking? What about all the things that need to be done? We need a plan, but now we need a system. Look at any company, look at any situation you've ever looked at. It's only as strong as the system that runs it. And so for us, I think we would be wise as homemakers to look at our homes, to look at our lives and say, you know what? I'm going to treat this like I would any other thing I was going to try to set up for success. I'm going to have a plan, but I'm going to have a system. How do I then execute that plan? If I want to make sure I'm in my Bible each day, I want to be doing Bible study with the kids, I want to be keeping my house clean, I want to be, getting to this and volunteering for that and prioritizing my health and my exercise and date time with my husband, whatever it might be that you're like, man, I really want to make sure I'm doing this. We need to be intentional. We need to have a plan, but then we need to create a system to therefore succeed at that plan. Now, I am not saying in any of this, and we'll get to it at the end, so don't mistake this conversation for saying you need to be busy, 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 go, 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 go all the time. Because again, we'll touch on that here in a minute, but you need a system, whether it is saying, all right, I'm overwhelmed with the house, my house is a mess, I really need to keep up on it. Every day I'm gonna focus on one area. And if you're looking for like a housekeeping system, I'll link mine down below that really does work so well. Maybe you're in a really busy season of life, and so you cannot really dedicate time each and every day because you've got too many things on your plate right now, and you want to say, okay, I'm going to give myself this one day a week, and that's the day that I tackle all of the cleaning or all of the errands or all of the whatever it might be that you have going on. Come up with a system that works for you and your family in this current season of life. So that way you can take that plan, right, of all the things that you need to be being intentional with and create a system to support them so that way you can execute and accomplish the things on your plan list. Now, again, this is kind of along the lines of the things we're going to be going through over in the HMH Collective, really building these things up, because I think for us, it is so important that we do prioritize discipleship. We prioritize health. We prioritize family time. We prioritize marriage time, right? We need to prioritize very specific areas of our life. But we have to set up a system in which we can do those things and do them repeatedly here throughout our days and our weeks and our months so that we can make the most of the time that the Lord gives us. And so having a simple but yet direct laid out plan to accomplish those things, those goals that you have, those pieces of your life that you need to be intentional with and addressing, you need a system then to support that. I do that through routines, right? I love having a good morning routine, a good evening routine, starting to write these things out. I literally write them down, and then I'll even set reminders in my phone at different hours or points of the day that I need to be moving on to the next area. So that way those reminders can be those gentle nudges I need to keep me going in the right direction. If you need help coming up with a system, leave me a comment, let me know. We can always share more about that. But a good routine, a good system is going to make a huge difference for you. So in sitting out and enjoying a little bit of luxury, just outside, fresh air, I've got some flowers in bloom, the weather is just perfect. I do want to share with you real quick a company that sent me a couple pieces here just the other day, and we've been talking a lot about wearing dresses and different things, and you guys know I'm a thrift-aholic, and so I'm not one that usually shops online very much, but this company Quint reached out, and I've kind of been seeing their ads all over the place, and what I love about them is their whole kind of like marketing shtick here is it is luxury for less. And as I'm getting older, I have been kind of weighing, and I look for this when I'm out thrifting, but finding things that are of higher quality versus more quantity, and really been changing my wardrobe to reflect that, where I'm finding pieces that hit the quality meter, and I would rather have less stuff of a better quality than more stuff of a lower quality. And so Quint sent me a couple different pieces to try out, like this lounge set that I'm wearing here today. Even when I am around the house and I want something comfortable, if I'm not in a dress, I like to find something that still looks put together. And so I tried out this European linen lounge set, and I am quite impressed with it. I got a couple other products from them that I'll share with you guys later, but I really did appreciate that while they do have some higher end products, I was quite surprised when they said luxury for less, that so many of their prices honestly are not that much more than like the stuff you're going to get from Walmart, which is where I usually go. And so if I wanted to invest in a few simple key staples to my wardrobe that were going to give me that high quality, but for a price tag that I'm actually okay with, I was really surprised to see that at Quint's. So I am loving this pure linen set. It feels beautiful. It's so comfortable to wear, but yet I think still looks cute and stylish, and so I really do appreciate that. If you guys are looking for some staple pieces to your wardrobe that are going to be higher quality without that high price tag, they also have home goods, kids stuff. There's all kinds of things over there. I will link it down below, as well as the items that I got as well. So again, getting a little bit older, looking for some quality staple pieces. I have already made a little bit of a wish list here on Quint's that I am looking to incorporate into my wardrobe. And if it can be a blessing for you all, then you know I'm going to share it. You guys can check that out down below. Go and visit Quint's today. Now, in setting this all up, I really do want to encourage you to simplify regularly. Every season, and for us, as summer is kind of closing in right now, we're getting ready for autumn to be here, I am feeling the need to simplify. Different seasons of life call for different things, and simplifying makes everything so much easier. The answer for probably any struggle you're going through in your life right now is make it more simple. That's usually the best course of action. And so whether it is simplifying quite literally and decluttering the stuff, the physical stuff in your life, maybe it's simplifying your schedule, not having as many commitments, not having as many things on your to-do list. Maybe it's finding a way to be more efficient with the things that need to be done, whether it's including the kids or, handing some things off to someone else, whatever it might be, really looking through what you have on your list, what you have in your life, the things you're committing to, the physical stuff all around you, in simplifying is going to be hugely impactful. We always want to be simplifying, looking for ways that we can just streamline, simplify, just be more efficient is going to make you such a productive homemaker, because then it means in the time and the input that you're putting into things, you're going to be putting it into the right things. So often we're just spinning our wheels and we're kind of like being pulled all over the place and doing too many things at the same time. I know that happens to me. And so simplifying, streamlining, really focusing on where I'm going and where I'm investing my time and my resources really does pay out such huge dividends, because I'm not just all over the place and kind of just running all the time, spinning my wheels and never really getting the things done that I need to be accomplishing. I have a good plan. I've created a good system, and now I'm simplifying, so I'm focusing on the things that I really need to be focusing on. So often I hear women say, I just don't have time for this, or I just don't have time, or I just don't have time. We all have the same amount of time each day, ladies. We all do. It's where we choose to allocate that time that makes all the difference. And so it might be time to start simplifying stuff, commitments, distractions, whatever it might be that you're facing, so that you can really put these things into practice and start making a big change in your life. And last but not least, the key piece to a productive Christian homemaker is to truly find joy in the things that we're doing. Now, remember I said a minute ago, it's not about busy. I am not saying be going all the time and, never rest and have so much on your plate. Not at all. Do not hear that. It is so important that we understand the value of rest. We take that time, right? The Lord, rest is very, very important. If the Lord can find the time throughout creation to rest and have his Sabbath, we can understand our true Sabbath rest in the Lord. And I think that is so important to remember, that when we seek this balance of productivity and rest, we see the true joy that comes through our service. It makes everything so different. It's no longer that I have to go and do these things, it's that I get to go and do these things. Maybe it's because I couple a task that I don't really like with something I really do enjoy, so that way it becomes a little bit more pleasurable. I start to realize that the opportunity to serve in the season of life, regardless of what that looks like, because it looks different for each of us in every different season, but I can see the joy in that. I can see the just opportunity to get to work alongside of my kids while I'm homeschooling them, to get outdoors and tend the sheep and tend the property, to even do the work that I do, even the countless hours I spent on a computer answering emails and going through stuff, but then to connect with you all and to share things like this. That's such an immense blessing for me. And so when I look to ways that as I'm going through my plan, I'm setting up my schedule, I'm getting my routines down, I'm simplifying through and deciding where to be intentional and what best to spend my time and my resources on, I'm seeking to find the joy in all of it. So like this morning, right? I have a lot going on this week and a lot of different things. And I was like, all right, I'm going to come sit outside. The weather is beautiful, right? So I need to sit down with my planner book and thoughtfully go through my plan that I'm talking about here. But I'm going to do that outside. I'm going to couple that with a cup of coffee and some beautiful weather, and there's a nice breeze, right? I'm going to come sit out in the gazebo and do the work I need to do while while enjoying it. I'm finding ways to find joy in the day-to-day things that I have to do. I could just be sitting at the computer, trying to get it all done, doing stuff. Or I can say, you know what, I'm going to take a cup of protein coffee and some fresh air, couple that with a task that I need to get done, and find a way to enjoy it. You know what? The mood boost that is when I now finish this and I go inside and I pick up the house and I start doing my homeschool routine and the things I have to do with my family, I'm in that mindset now of seeking joy, seeing the beauty, feeling refreshed as I've filled myself up with some fresh air and sunshine this morning to then go in and go through the motions of all the other things that I need to get done. Because I know the blessing that is life, the thankfulness I have to the Lord. As I go throughout my day, I can choose mentally to see life lovely and beautiful and like the blessing it truly is. And so as I go about all my things, whatever they all are that each of us have, I can choose to do so with joy, with excitement, with thanksgiving to the Lord for the opportunities, even in the difficult seasons, to say, all right, I could look at this as the, glass half empty, or I can choose to look at it as a glass completely full, because the Lord provides and His grace is sufficient for me, for you, for us all each and every day. So friends, as productive Christian homemakers, let's start getting intentional with our time. Let's look at each day as the blessing as it truly is that God has given us and say, all right, Lord, where can I serve you best today? What should I be doing with my time? Am I off balance, right? Do I need more rest? Do I need more work? What is it that I have going on that maybe I've been neglecting, that I need to put more time and attention to? How best can I bring glory to your name today through the example of my conduct and the way that I'm serving those you've put in my path? I hope that these simple tips can be something to really just help you, maybe something to encourage you here today as we all strive to live for the Lord and serve Him to the best of our ability each and every day. Of course, I have some things linked down in the description. If any of those can be a blessing to you, that's what they're there to be. Otherwise, I cannot wait to see you all here in the next video. So be sure when you subscribe, turn on your little bell notifications so that way you can get more encouraging and yet practical, helpful content like this. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, friends.